Sonic Racing CrossWorlds network test is finally here. It's a lot of fun. It has some minor issues I want to talk about, but let's get right into it. Right off the bat, I want to talk about the music, just to get it out of the way. The music on here is phenomenal, like 10 out of 10. The music on the main menu, the music in the races, the final lap themes, the music on here is just absolutely incredible. Like, it's so catchy, it's so good. In every Sonic game, Sonic games in general, they're just known for good music, but the music on here is so amazing. I just can't stress it enough. If you've played Mario Kart before, or even previous Sonic racing games, or even Crash Bandicoot's CTR, whatever that franchise is called. So, if you play those games, you'll feel very familiar with this game. It's very similar to Mario Kart with drifting, doing tricks in the air, even items being thrown. So if you're familiar with those games, you'll feel right at home here with this. When you first boot up this network test, it does tell you a couple things on like the controls and everything, but you'll have to like play for yourself to really get a feel for it. I wish they had like a little practice mode just for the network test, but that's fine. You'll get plenty of practice just from playing in races. At the start of each race, just like in Mario Kart, it'll go like 3, 2, 1, go. So on here, you have a meter, and you want to hold the X button, or cross button, I guess, and hold it in all the way until it gets to a green part, and just keep on like pressing the X so it like stays on it, but doesn't like get out of it. And that's how you'll get like a boost at the start of a race. It's similar to Mario Kart, how you hold the acceleration button like right as soon as it gets to like the end of the 2. So it's very similar to that, but on here it's kind of different. So that's pretty cool. The gameplay on here is very good. The racing feels good. As I mentioned, you can do tricks just like in Mario Kart. You can spin in multiple directions. When you land, you'll get a speed boost. Also, while drifting on here, you can get like 3 whole charges in. Very similar to Mario Kart's like turbo boost, how it goes from yellow, blue, purple, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Everything on here feels great. Like the gameplay is very fast, it's very speedy. There's a wide variety of items on here. You have offensive items and defensive items. So the defensive ones, for example, you'll get like a shield that will turn you metal, and items that hit you won't do damage and they won't stop you in your tracks. And then you'll have offensive items like a boxing glove you can shoot at people, or like a rocket. You can also turn into like a monster truck, which is kind of like the big mushroom from Mario Kart Wii. It's basically like the star power-up as well. I think you're invincible. So there's a good variety of power-ups on here, like items to use. And there's also one that lets you like cut the back of another vehicle off, so like they slow down and they lose their item they're holding, I believe. So the items are really, really cool on here, but the item spam is kind of a problem. I feel like you're getting hit with an item like every 5 seconds on here, and that can be frustrating. And it really does affect the pacing of the race too, because you'll be in like first place, you get hit with one item, and you're set back like 9 spots. So yeah, the item, I just feel like you're always getting hit with items on here, and like there's no way to really truly defend yourself. Like in Mario Kart, you can hold like an item behind you, but you can't really do that on here as far as I know. You can throw items backwards, I think, but you can't really just outright hold them out. But yeah, item spam is a little too much on here, but overall, like the items in general, as how they work, I think they're good. They're great. In this network test beta, there's around like 6 to 7 tracks to play on. Rainbow Garden is definitely my favorite. Just aesthetically, the music, just the colors pop. It looks great. I like them all. I feel like I've played on Metal Harbor the most. That's what a lot of people keep voting for. It's a good track. Not my favorite, but it's still a good track. Each track on here feels great. They're all different. Some tracks have water portions that you can drive through, and if you hold the drift button in, you can build a drift boost and then like jump out of the water and do some tricks, land, get some speed boost. There's also flying portions where you can also hold the drift button and like guide where you're going. I will say the flying portions are kind of hard to control a little bit. It feels a little stiff in spots, but it's not bad. The main gimmick with the races on here is the first lap, it's normal. The second lap, whoever's in first place gets to choose where the next race goes. So like, there'll be like a portal that opens, like a ring, and you can choose random or, for example, like magma world, and whatever side you drive on, you go to that world. And then once you finish through there, the final lap is just the normal course. So I like that. It's very creative and innovative. That's really cool. Cool idea. And so there's so many different possibilities, and it adds like an act of randomness to each race. So say you memorized a certain track and it's like, oh, we're gonna go here, but it's like a curveball. Now you're going to the casino place and it's like, oh, I haven't done this before. So that's really cool. I like that. Every time you beat a race, you'll level up your world rank. So it goes all the way up to like A+, and you start off in the E minus, something like that. So you'll have 6 racers with you until you get to like the C- rank, and then they'll fill the whole lobby with real people. So before the minus C rank, you'll have 6 people with you, and like the rest are just bots. So the higher you rank on the leaderboard, like say you get first place, I guess the more points you get towards your rank to level up. So that's pretty cool. After each race, you'll get some tickets, and you can use those into the shop to customize your vehicle. It's similar to Mario Kart 8 and 7, I guess, where you can like mix and match parts. What's cool on here is you can like change the color of your vehicle, the tires, all that. You can even put like stickers on them, like giant stickers. So it's kind of like Mario Kart DS, how you can like draw an emblem on the front of your car. Instead of drawing on here, you just like put like a giant like sticker. So that's pretty cool. And you can, there's so many customization options. There's also like the horn you can like change, but you can't do that in the network test, but you can see like the icon for it. So that's pretty cool. There's also gadgets. So as you do more races and level up, you'll get more like slots. So with gadgets on here, you can equip them, but each gadget ranges from 1 to 3. And so if it's like a 3, it takes up a giant slot, where if it's just 1, you'll have enough to equip like 2 more 1s. And obviously the higher number of 1s are like better. That's why they take up more slots. So you start off with like 3 to 6 slots. So you have items like, some gadgets will be make offensive items appear more often, or make the defense ones appear more often. You can equip a gadget that lets you get more rings by hitting an enemy. So there's so many different things. You can start a race with a warp ring or something like that. So there's so many endless opportunities to customize stuff. There's lots of characters to choose from. Right now in the network test, there's only Sonic characters. And it is a Sonic Team racing type of game, so it makes sense. But I heard that they were going to add different Sega characters in general, and so that's pretty cool. I would love to see Ai and Ichiban Kazuga from Like a Dragon. I don't know if that will happen, but that would be so awesome. Please do that. And it's like, oh, that wouldn't make sense. But there's racing mini games in the Yakuza games, so It makes sense. But yeah, there's lots of characters coming, so that's gonna be awesome. And I would imagine there's a single player mode with like cups when the full game comes out. But there's like a mode where you can play with friends. It's not available in the beta, but it will at launch, so that's pretty cool. This whole game is so much fun. Like, the gameplay is tight, it's fast-paced. It's just so amazing, so much fun, and you just want to keep on playing. It's so addictive. The only thing I have a problem with is that the races feel very clustered. As in, there's no spacing. I feel like in Mario Kart, you can get like some good gaps between each racer. But on here, it's just like everybody's like boom, 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 like button heads, you know? And like it's just, and then the item spam on top of that, it's just very chaotic, and like that gets very frustrating. Maybe they can try to like tune that a little bit. Like, I don't know. It can just be very frustrating getting like spammed with like 5 items in a row, because like everybody's just clashing with each other. The thing is, it's just like Mario Kart, where if you grab coins, you'll increase your base speed. So on here, it's like, if you collect rings, it makes your base speed go up. And so every time you just bump into another go-kart, you lose rings, which in Mario Kart, like, you don't lose rings. You don't lose coins if you, like, bump into another player. So, I don't know how I feel about that. And also, you lose rings on here just from, like, bumping into, like, a wall. So, that's fine, I guess, but with everybody constantly, like, bumping into each other, just, I don't know, it's a little frantic and chaotic. I don't know. That's, like, the only frustrating thing. Like, everything else is just so much fun. The gameplay, it's fast-paced. The items are fun to use. But I feel like the races are just very clustered together, and the item spam is just... I feel like we need more ways to defend ourselves from items. You know, let us, like, hold something behind us. I don't know. The whole beta network test is so much fun. I love it. I'm having so much fun. Play it if you got in, and I'll see you next time.